Good day, my name is Kyle Grossmiller. Welcome to a demo of some exciting new functionality that is now available within VMware Cloud Foundation. So this is what this new workflow looks like. Basically, Cloud Foundation has enabled the ability to use external storage Fibre channel when you deploy a workload domain. So today in this demo, we're going to walk through these steps, basically connecting your workload domain hosts to Pure Storage, and then deploying a workload. Something to keep in mind as well is that all of the usual Pure Storage consumption options are available post-deployment as well. So with that, we're going to go in via the CLI to the Pure Storage array. So we're going to go into the command line. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a host group comprised of the 3 ESXi hosts that we want to use. So that's completed here. Now we've completed the setup or the build of a group of hosts to be used. Next step is we will create a volume, a 10 terabyte volume called VCF-FC-2 that's been created here. And then the final step is we will connect that volume to our host group. So with those 3 simple command line options, on the Pure Storage side, we're now done. So now the next step is to go into the DC UI, the Direct Connect UI of this ESXi host, rescan, and then we're going to, whoops, I don't want to do software iSCSI, rescan the VM HBAs, and then we will go ahead and create a new volume, a new data store on this ESXi host. So now that we've rescanned those HBAs, we'll go ahead and go in and create this new VMFS volume. Just for simplicity's sake, we'll give it the same name, VCF-FC-2, as we did from the command line, so everything matches at the array level as well as at the ESXi host level. So with that, we'll format this volume in the VMFS format. And then if we rescan the volume again, we should see it appear. So there it is. The last step that we have to do before we jump over to Cloud Foundation itself is make sure that this data store appears on our other 2 ESXi hosts. So we'll go in and we'll do a rescan on these adapters and just make sure that our new data store appears on the other 2 ESXi hosts as well. Sometimes it can take a couple of rescans to get it to appear. It's not instantaneous. But if we give it a second here and refresh, there it is. So there's our VCF-FC-2 volume on our second host, and there it is on our third host. So now all the setup is done. Now we can go into SDDC Manager and actually deploy our workload domain. But the first thing we have to do is actually commission these new hosts that have been enabled to use Fibre channel. So we'll go over to this Commission Host tab. We'll use the FQDN for these ESXi hosts. There's quite a few checklist items here. These hosts have been previously set up, so please refer to your VMware Cloud Foundation documentation to make sure that all those conditions are met. So there's the FQDN of the host. This is the new storage type, VMFS on FC. We only need a vMotion network pool, and then we're giving it root credentials to that ESXi host. We'll speed this up a little bit because we're going to repeat this process. You can also import these automatically with a JSON file as well. But since this is just a simple demo, we'll just go ahead and do it manually here. So now all 3 of our hosts have been added. We'll confirm the fingerprint's good, and then we'll go ahead and validate their status. And that just basically goes through that checklist and make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. You can see our storage type here is FC. And then we'll go ahead and commission these hosts to bring them online. I'm skipping ahead a little bit. You know, typically it takes about a minute to bring these hosts or to commission these hosts within SDDC Manager. But for time's sake, we'll go ahead and skip ahead here. So here we can see they've been successfully added to SDDC Manager inventory. And now we're going to go ahead and deploy a VI workload domain using the FC on VMFS external storage type. Okay, so there's the option. We're going to go ahead and select it. We'll give it a name. I'll just call this VCF-FC for, again, to keep it simple. If I can type. There we go. Next, we'll go ahead and give it our workload domain vCenter instance name, as well as the FQDN for it. All this stuff needs to be set up prior to this within your DNS server, forward and reverse lookups, all that good stuff. I've already deployed NSXT, so the only thing I need to input here is the VLAN that it's going to use. So you can see I've already got an NSXT cluster deployed here from a separate workload domain I deployed previously. And then we're just going to give our VMFS data store name, that VCF-FC-2. Cloud Foundation will detect those 3 hosts that have been set up for FC. I'll skip ahead on my licenses. I don't want to expose those. This is the object naming convention. Finally, we'll review it and we'll kick it off. And that's really all there is to it. After this point, our domain will be deployed and it will automatically have that FC volume available to vMotion stuff to and from. Thanks a lot for checking out the demo. Tune back in for some more exciting stuff as we add to it. Thanks a lot.